So imagine you just minding your business, going on with your day, and you just hanging out with this beautiful Russian chick. You going and you following her. She take you to this real nice club. You think you about to go in there have a great time. You in there, you partying. She talks to some dude at the door, say some weird Russian term, and y'all get in. Y'all jamming, y'all booming, y'all jumping, everything lit in the club. A couple people bump into you, and it's a little shady, but you don't pay it no mind because you're having fun. You there with some nice chick. Then all of a sudden she see this other chick and start getting in good with her and like just kind of kick you to the curb. And you sitting there looking like, well, wait a minute. And then all of a sudden
Make it a threesome.
the sprinklers come on. And now it's just raining liquid everywhere. And then you trying to figure out what's going on because you ain't never been in this type of situation before. And then all of a sudden you slip in said liquid and now you squirming across the floor trying to get to the exit. As a result of you get in there, you stumble across this man dressed in all black. And he proceeds to like grab you and kind of just graciously move you out the way. And then he proceeds to cut up and slaughter everybody in the vicinity. As of which he proceeds to cut up this other dude viciously. He even like staples him to a wall, if you will.
Oh, God.
It's pretty amazing. Then he does this little scene where he like throws this little boomerang around the room and it chops everybody up and they all just disintegrate and turn into ashes. It's really cool. But because he's trying to like do this and have some fun with it, unfortunately, the police get there and they stop him from executing one of the members, like just viciously. As a result, they take the guy to the hospital. The guy's apparently passed out, laying down in the hospital bed. So there's this black lady doctor and there's this white guy doctor. They over there are having their own little discussion about nobody really cares. And then all of a sudden, they get to this point where they about to argue, and then all of a sudden, the dude just hop up off the bed and bite Buddy in the neck. So the white dude is getting bit in the neck, and he just like, just going crazy all of a sudden, and the black girl just like, has no type of wherewithal to leave. She just has no type of wherewithal to get out the way and just leave the room. She just sits there and just looking aghast. So then all of a sudden he lets him go, and then she wants to run. Like as he lets the white guy go, then she wants to turn and run. But then as she gets out of the door, she gets grabbed by the dude and then he bites her. Mind you, this man is severely injured. He's missing a hand. He's burnt up. I don't know if I said that part already, but he's missing a hand. He's burnt up because the dude from the beginning that was dressed in all black decided to viciously attack and try to murder him. Mind you, now we haven't gotten to the juicy part. So while he's sitting there biting the black lady in the neck, she's sitting there looking like a damsel in distress. And all of a sudden the scene slows down and you see her just,
She like that shit.
Oh. Yes. So as she's getting bent in her neck, the buddy in all black walks back in. Don't even know how he found out which hospital to go to. It's irrelevant, but that's kind of cool. He just knew what hospital to go to. He walks up to Buddy, tells him he's there to finish him off, and just socks him in the face. And for some strange reason, the police all of a sudden start shooting at him. And then he says, "Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?" Which is the best part of the whole movie. There's just that one line is amazing in this movie. You just have to be there for that one. So anyways, for some odd reason, he sees an attachment to this black lady. So as he sees an attachment to this black lady, mind you, they're in the hospital. He tosses her out of the window all the way across like the street to another building. Who would have thought this man in all black has super strength? Oh, it's fire. So as this man proceeds to toss her across the building, the police trying to break into the room they in, he turns around, looks at him, just smiles, and then just leaps out of the window in slow motion.
Elegance.
And then he lands over there on his feet like nothing ever happened. So then he walks over to the lady doctor, picks her up, and she's like, "My shoulder is dislocated." And then he just like looks at her, grabs it, and then he just and pops it back in place. And she just, But that is really funny. Then she kind of like passes out, I guess. And then he takes her to his hideout. In this process, somewhere along the lines, they show a preview which goes back to the very beginning. You see this woman getting rushed into a hospital, and you see her pregnant. And as you see her pregnant, she's on a hospital bed. She's like reaching out to a light, and she doesn't know what it is. And then all of a sudden, they show you that it's the baby that she's reaching out to. And as she dies on that hospital bed, the baby is taken away. Then you later find out that that baby grows up to be this man in all black. Now, this man, flashback forward, this man takes that black woman to his hideout. He calls for his friend, an older white gentleman who has a very auspicious name, Whistler. Anyways, he takes that and goes to Whistler and calls him, but Whistler's too busy cutting up something and listening to his rock music. So Whistler can't even hear what's going on. So then when Whistler sees what's going on, he say, oh, so we bringing strays home now? So he bringing the black lady over there trying to figure out. So flash forward a little bit, he trying to figure out a cure to help the black lady. Black lady says she can help figure out a cure to help him out, because then in the process of all of this, you find out that Buddy is indeed a vampire. The dude in all black is a black vampire. Like, oh my God, a black vampire, which means not only do he have enough melanin to go out in the sun in the daytime, he could do it anyway. I'm black. I can go out in the sun. Like, it's amazing. Like, and this is not a racial thing. It's just like in the movie, like, it's kind of cool. Like, I feel like that's cheating because you're black. And then I think about it, he like the only black vampire. Anyways, off subject completely, but it's so cool because then he goes on this nice little hunt with the black lady in order to help develop a better serum, go around and find ways to attack other vampires. And in the process, he uses her as bait to catch one of the vampire familiars. Familiars are the people that aren't vampires but love to help vampires in hopes of becoming vampires. So in that process, they go to this little club, and with all this little crazy Asian music that you ain't never heard before, but it make you want to dance real crazy, like, I'm not trying to make fun of them. The music just sounds really fucking cool. Anyways, it's just like they going in the club, they walking through, he start beating up the cop. The cop is actually an informant for the vampires. If he's a familiar, if you will. So he's going after the black girl, but catching them. They follow him at night. They go to the club to catch him. When they go in the club, he starts beating them up because he's trying to tell them where's the entrance to the secret hideout or whatever. So they trying to get to the secret hideout. In the process of doing that, he's like, man, it's in the fridge. It's in the fridge. It's in the fridge. But Blade is still whooping his ass. Damn, I told you the man's name and I wasn't even trying to. Now you know what we're talking about. I hope you're enjoying this. Anyways, in the process, this man proceeds to whoop his ass, and then he takes him into the fridge, and then he walks down there finally, and he finds the entrance to this club. In the process of going down there, they start whooping ass against everybody, and we gonna take a pause. In the process of all of this, there's a guy named Deacon Frost who's actually in the process of trying to attack the man in all black and like cause this vampire goddess to be formed. In the process of doing all of this, they kidnap Whistler, try to kill him, pissing off the man in all black. The man in all black then proceeds to go on a revenge quest, and in the process of doing all this, he gets captured. He finds out that his mom is actually a vampire working with the other vampire people, so then he ends up having to release her. His words, not mine. It's a really weird scene and a really weird phrase because his mom is annihilated, and if you know how fine she is, I'd have been tripping out. But in the process of doing all of that, he like kills his mother. He has to kill his mother, and then he has to bite the black lady in the neck in order to get enough blood to go stop Deacon Frost. In the process of all of this, there's a bunch of scenes in this movie I've skipped out on, but in one of them scenes, they kill this real fat, nasty looking vampire thing. And it's like a really gross scene, and you kind of like to see him die. Don't know why, but you do. So you might want to stay tuned for that one. And as you're going through this whole movie, understand that this is a process of black excellence at its finest. And this is the one movie that saved Marvel from bankruptcy. It actually jump-started everything you know today, even though people don't try to give it the credit that it deserves. The movie that we've talked about today is Blade. At the end of the movie, he does get to fight Deacon Frost, a.k.a. the new vampire god. He cuts him in half and all this other stuff, and then he goes back together. And in the process of going back together, Blade finds out a very clever way of using his serum to cause him to blow up. And in the process of blowing up, it looks really nasty and disgusting. But it is a great movie, and it is a great watch for anyone who doesn't know anything about Blade, Marvel, or anything of that sort. This has been Big Smoke with the C3S Show, signing off.